Friday morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks on a Friday. That's right, the week is over after today. And then you get a 3-day respite because of the, if you get the day off because of national holidays, as the first Juneteenth will be celebrated this weekend. Well, actually, Mondays when everything will be closed for the national holiday of Juneteenth. We'll get into why I think that's ludicrous, strictly from a historical standpoint, later in the show. But right now we'll have Galen Unall from Life South join us, as he does every day, brought to you by the good folks at Just Shipped, Penn Flooring, and Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. Galen, good morning to you.
Hey, what's going on, Tom? How are you today, my man?
Well, I'm good. You now, does Life South take the national holiday on Monday?
No, I'll be at work.
Well, I'll be here. I'll be on the radio, right here, having a radio show, talking to folks. But over the weekend,
you said something and it got me going, because it is a date that is, the history of it has changed. You know, history evolves. We all know that. It's all by a different lens. But it's amazing how it's changed.
History does not evolve. History is history. People's interpretation of history evolves.
Okay, fair enough.
History is history, and that's the problem. Is people's interpretation of history is the problem, not the history itself.
History is viewed by the people who write it, right? So therefore, it's a different perspective, and so it does evolve. And Juneteenth is being written by a different group,
right?
And it's evolving.
People's interpretation of it evolve. The actual events and the history of it are what they are. They can't be delineated from. They are what they are. It's people's interpretation of history that changes.
Fair enough. The dates and facts of it don't change.
Right. The facts of history never change, unless something is unearthed, or dug up through archaeological or new papers are found or stuff like But other than that, history is what it is. It's how it is interpreted that changes, and right now it's changing at astronomical speeds.
Oh, of course. I mean, why are we taking down all these statues?
Because they're trying to change history at astronomical speeds.
Well, you can't. What they're trying to do is erase history.
Right.
And as you know, we can't erase history, and nor should we.
I posted on my Facebook page, the place that you hate.
I've never heard of it.
I posted on my Facebook page the other day. It's a picture of a Union soldier and a Confederate soldier sitting together. And it was a photo taken in 1864. And underneath the caption says, "History isn't there for you to like or dislike. It's there for you to learn from it. If it offends you, that's even better, because then you're less likely to repeat it. It's not yours to erase or destroy."
That's right. There you go.
I get fired up about when, and I'm fired up about Juneteenth, brother. I'm fired up about Juneteenth. And I got called last night when I explained this to somebody in a Twitter thing. I was called a racist white guy who didn't get it because of my white privilege. And so, this coming from to a guy who grew up in the north side of Jacksonville near Hilltop, eating government cheese and government candy most of his life because we were broke. But I'm a racist white privilege.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. So.
Yeah. But I'll get into that later in the show. I don't want to get angry first off. So
sure.
Let's talk about something that I didn't watch a bit of, but you were very well versed in it. I guess we have a new NBA champion four times in the last 8 years. I mean, is it time to say the word that starts with a D for this team?
Yeah, I think you can. The question, and the NBA is full of dynasties, right? Whether it's the Spurs, whether it's the Bulls, whether it's the Rockets who won back-to-back,
the Celtics,
or the Lakers.
Yeah.
Right, they're full of them, right? The NBA is absolutely full of them. Even the Heat with LeBron, really it was Dwayne Wade. But it's full of them. And so I think you can easily throw the Warriors in there when you look at the makeup of that team, and Draymond Green is he, we were talking about it last night. I had some of my former players. We went down to the Yale House and read, but he's the equivalent of Dennis Rodman, right?
But he can score.
Robert Horry.
But he can
or
score.
Robert Horry is
Yeah.
right. Robert Horry is probably he's a guy. He's just a glue guy. He does everything that nobody else wants to do, and he thrives in it. And the bigger the game, the bigger the pressure he puts on the opponent. And the pressure he put on Tatum last night, and that Boston Celtics team, they just caved. The turnovers that they, I've never seen an NBA team play that poorly in the playoffs. So it was a fun series. I thought the Warriors would win in 5, but they won in 6, and I guess you can't call them a dynasty.
Is it fair to, I always bring things back to football because that's what I know the best. And Draymond Green seems to me, and I've watched him over his career quite a bit, he seems to me, if he was an NFL football player, Al Davis would have snatched him up for the Oakland Raiders because all he cares about is just win, baby. Just win, baby. That's all he worries about.
Yeah, he would look good in the silver black. He's kind of a dirty player.
But he's right on the edge, exactly. He's right on the edge of where you really, sometimes you want to knock him out, and other times you go, damn, he's really good.
Well, he's the guy you want on your team. You don't want to play against Draymond.
No, he went to Michigan State, but he could have been a Dookie. The way you love him if he's on your team, but you don't like him if he's not on your team.
He's a very good basketball player who's found his role on this team. And the topic of conversation that went around the table is we were talking about coaches and how coaches have to find a role for you. And more importantly, you have to find a role that fits the team, right? And that's what a good coach does. Because, players would come off the bench and they would look at me and like, what's his role? I'm like, you tell me what his role is. When you've got Peyton the second coming off the bench, I'm like, well, what's he supposed to do? And they all chimed in, oh, he's a defensive stopper. Well, there you go. He gives the ball to Steph Curry, and he lets Steph Curry shoot or Klay Thompson shoot. And that's what makes the Warriors great, is every player on that team fully understands their role. And then the example we used on the other side is White for the Celtics. I said, well, what's his role? They're like, oh, he's great. Oh, look at that. And he scored 4 points and had 5 turnovers. And I said, that's the problem. He doesn't understand his role. He takes shots when he shouldn't take shots. And that was the difference in the series was the system of the Warriors and their understanding of the players in the system and where they fit in it. And the Celtics could never find their footing.
No, and I didn't watch a second of it, but I watched the highlights on ESPN, and it just looked like that the Warriors got in the Celtics' grill, got in their head, and stayed there, and it was almost a foregone conclusion that they were going to win this series. Just was it going to be in 6 games or 7? And, oh, by the way, one person named Galen Unal said it would go 6 games and the Warriors would win.
I thought it was 5, but okay, I'll take 6.
You said you said it feels like a 5, but you were taking 6, is what you said.
Yeah, that's there you go. So 14, the opening, the Celtics came out red hot, 14-2, and I'm the only person at the player who thinks the Warriors. I thought the Warriors would win by 30. They could have, and they kind of pulled back, and the last half of the fourth quarter, they kind of emptied the bench a little bit, but. I mean, there was never a doubt for me because the Warriors were better than the Celtics in every possible way.
Yeah,
and
they just did.
Coaching doesn't matter in the NBA until the playoffs, until you have to get a guy to play in his role. And Steve Kerr can do that. He's proven that.
Well, he learned it while watching the Zen Master. Is that fair?
Yeah, and more importantly, he player to ever lace up the shoes or to dribble a basketball. Tell him what his role is.
Scottie Pippen?
Right? And to tell him,
Scottie Pippen.
Or Michael Jordan. And, but, you know, Michael Jordan told him what I need from you. He goes, I am great, right? I am great. I can take on 3 players, but I can't take on 5. So I need you to do this, right? And Steve Kerr's been able to translate that as a coach.
You know,
just like Pat Riley could, right? Pat Riley was the same type of player, and again, you see that.
Well, you said that coaching doesn't matter, and there's no bigger proof of that until you get to the playoffs. But there's no bigger proof of that when if I ask 100 people right now, even people that are sports fans and all, who the head coach of the Boston Celtics was, what do you think I get? 15 out of 100 might know?
Oh, in the, sports fans? Yeah, that's about right. Sure.
I can't even pronounce his name.
No.
It's Emi Udoka or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. And he's his first-year head coach. He got him to the finals. Maybe he'll get there. You could tell they weren't prepared properly, but they didn't have the weapons. They got through the East.
It was a learning experience for the Celtics.
Sure. Doesn't mean you're coming back.
No. Ask Dan Marino. Doesn't mean you ever get back.
And it doesn't mean you learned anything, right?
But it was a learning experience. Exactly.
If you can apply what you learned. It'll be interesting to see if the Celtics are willing to learn where their mistakes were. And to me, I could pick the 3 guys who need to figure out who they are. And I think it starts at Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum needs to figure out who he is. It needs to look at Marcus Smart. I think he had a decent series, but in this game, they had no one to go to when they really needed a bucket. They went 12 minutes without a bucket.
When Al Horford is the guy you're throwing the ball to hit 3-pointers, that's not a good option. Hey, we got to take a break.
No. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
We got to take a break. We'll be right back. More with Galen after this timeout on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Nirvana Medical Spa is Ocala's premier medical spa, home to a variety of non-invasive corrective laser treatments and facials. Besides filler, neurotoxin, laser hair, we offer PRP, tattoo removal, body contouring, vaginal rejuvenation, urinary incontinence, and men's sexual health. Become a better, brighter, happier you at Nirvana Medical Spa.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Friday. Coming up at 10 o'clock. It's the ever-popular Dumb Crook News, and boy, I got morons today. One guy though did the right thing. You'll hear about him. He turned himself into cop, so we'll talk about him. But it's going to be a good dumb crook news today. Galen, is on the line with us as he is every day. Brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. Pen flooring and just shipped. Galen, so we got the NBA Finals out of the way. It was announced yesterday. All the host cities for the World Cup in soccer, the most watched sporting event in the world. Mexico got 3, Canada got 2, the other 11 of the 16 went to the United States. Are you surprised that every city it went to was a city that has an NFL stadium?
No, they want to pack it in. It's the FIFA, which is, are they the most corrupt organization in the world?
No, and here's why I say no. I would say so, but as long as we have the WBC, the WBA, and the WBO, it's hard pressed to find somebody more crooked than that. It's hard pressed.
Well, the UN and the Olympics.
Yeah.
The International Olympic Committee.
The IOC.
Yeah, the WBC it's a smaller group and doesn't have the impact that FIFA and IOC do. There's a reason those people are good zillionaires. But anyway, I think it's kind of exciting. We got one here in Miami. I think Miami was an absolute lock. And then Atlanta got one. And I think it's, again, they're looking
Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Mercedes-Benz Stadium. You can close that roof. You can have it at 72 degrees,
Yeah. Yeah. And again, I wonder if they're going to make them put real grass, if they're going to let them allow that turf. Yeah,
Dallas is the one. And, Kansas City got a game at Arrowhead Stadium. Boston, Foxborough got a game. See, that's the one that confused me. Seattle and Vancouver got a game, and they're separated. The only thing that separates those two cities is a border. That's the only thing.
Well, and I think a lot of it is they could say, oh, okay, you can travel between Seattle and Vancouver fairly simply.
Easy.
Right? So if you want to go and you want to pick up multiple games, then they had one in Santa Clara, which is really where the San Francisco 49ers play.
They got
and
one
then
in
LA and that new SoFi Stadium, which apparently is breathtaking. Again, they did hit all of those major, football stadiums. So
are you
that
surprised?
Are all very that are. They haven't announced where the championship game will be played.
Well, it was in LA last time.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Is it's going to be in Dallas or it's going to be in LA with that new stadium.
Well, I could see it in New York too, in New York, New Jersey too. Just because it's New York City, it's one of the 3 or 4 most world-renowned cities.
Great.
No, it's not. But here's one thing that I saw that I thought, wonder why they didn't do that. Is when you come to a country, a continent like this, and you come to 11 of the 15 games are in the U.S., and even though it's the North Americas are holding it, everybody knows the U.S. is the one footing the bill for most of this. The fact that the national capital didn't host a game, it's kind of strange to me.
Yeah, that's pretty.
It's kind of strange
not really.
to me.
They first of all, they couldn't. The taxes were the issue, and even when they brought Baltimore in, right, to kind of share it, the taxes that the FIFA was going to charge, basically, FIFA's going to say, they're like, look, we want our pound of flesh.
Same reason Chicago withdrew. Same reason Chicago withdrew.
And again, I think they looked at DC and they said, do we really want this? With the political climate in the United States, during an election year, it will be 2026. So technically that will be an election year. Midterms. Do they really want that? I don't think they did. I don't think they did. And if you've been to D.C., and granted, it would have been in Maryland, right? It would have been in FedEx Field. Not a great stadium, but it's just not easy to get around. in that part of the capital.
Are you surprised?
No.
Are you surprised that the bread belt or the food belt of the world, Kansas City is the only city that got, and it's not really in the bread basket of the world, but at Kansas City, are you surprised? Chicago pulled out, St. Louis not in the running, Indianapolis not a part of it. The Midwest and Upper Midwest, almost like, we don't care about that. You just go everywhere else. We don't want to be bothered.
Indianapolis wasn't even considered.
I know.
Right? They didn't even submit a proposal. And I think it's because of the FIFA and what they stand for and how they operate. I think a lot of cities are like, look, we got enough going on in the city. We don't need FIFA's corruption to come in here.
I heard somebody yesterday go.
So, no, I'm not surprised. And it's hard to get to. Indianapolis is not an international airport.
But St. Louis is not hard to get to.
But it's not an international airport. What I mean by that, there are no direct flights from Europe to St. Louis that I know of.
Not
to go to New York. And if you look, every one of those cities have international flights.
There's not a direct flight to Kansas City from Europe.
Somebody could, and that's where they want. Or they want people from Europe. They want people from China. The Russians aren't allowed to participate. So, they want all that money to come in, and they want to make it as simple as possible for those people to fly over and spend their millions of dollars.
Somebody said.
Philly got one. So
somebody said. Last night I was talking to someone, and they go, "I can't believe Tampa didn't get consideration." I'm like, do you really think that Tampa's a football town, but not the right football? And Miami is a much better suited town for a soccer game than Tampa is.
Sure.
Much better. For the crap, for the fan base and everything, it's not even close.
Yeah. Miami is an international city.
Yes.
Tampa is not.
No.
Right? New York is an international city. Atlanta's trying to get there. And Atlanta has the infrastructure.
They have Hartsfield.
The
They have Hartsfield Jackson Airport. That's what they have.
That's right. Yeah, Tampa struggles to host the Super Bowl.
Right. Exactly. I mean, that's like Jacksonville going, "Hey, we would give us a shot." What? Huh?
Boy, that was a train wreck.
Remember the cruise
They had to
ships?
bring in the barges.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
It was the worst.
So bad.
It was the worst.
So bad.
I remember going to that area, and I was down at the landing, and I was talking to some guys that had come in. They were news reporters that had come in from New York and the New England area and up there and everything, and how they were having to stay in Brunswick and Kingsland and St. Simons.
Sure.
Sure. They were like, "I've never in my life had to stay an hour and 15 minutes away from the stadium." I've had that kind of time because of traffic, but never an hour and 15 minutes because of distance.
There are people staying in Ocala.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
Yeah.
life sucks.
We got to take a break. We'll be back more with Galen Huron on the other side. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Of all the questions you get asked every...
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pride.
Captain Shane Ware with the Vestivia Police Department tells us about the shooting at a church in a suburb of Birmingham, Alabama, Thursday.
A lone suspect entered a small group church meeting and began shooting. 3 people were shot, 2 people are deceased, 1 person is being treated for an unknown injury at a local hospital. I would like to reiterate that the suspect is in custody. I would like to reiterate that there is no threat to the community at this time.
Red Lodge, Montana. This gateway to Yellowstone National Park has become a dead end, a casualty of the severe flooding that tore through the park this week. The unprecedented flooding has closed the entire park and forced the evacuation of 10,000 visitors. The northern section was hit the hardest. The southern end may open up early next week, according to park officials. USA Radio News.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign, and we handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
At Progressive, we know there's nothing like the feeling of riding your motorcycle with your buddies on the open road. It's a potent cocktail of thrills, laughter, and pure adrenaline. A feeling that would be impossible to recreate on the radio. Until now. Hit it, sound effects guy.
I'm real proud of you, son.
Wow, that was terrible. Our apologies for even trying. Quote with Progressive and see if you could save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
People here are raving about QC Kinetics and how regenerative medicine has changed their life. People like Helen, an avid mountain climber who got sidelined when an accident left her knees in constant pain.
I was not able to train or do really anything on my knee.
Helen was told surgery would be her only option. But then she found QC Kinetics and was treated with natural biologics designed to repair and restore tissue in her knees. 3 months later, she was climbing the highest mountain in North America.
I got a very quick resolution to my pain. I began treatment in March, and I summited Denali June the 7th. It was super successful, and I recommend everyone seek out QC Kinetics as an alternative to surgery.
Get your life back with lasting results. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call QC Kinetics today.
Call QC Kinetics, 352-400-4550. That's 352-400-4550. 352-400-4550.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck. The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Things are heating up at Blockers Furniture in Ocala. Hot deals and summertime savings in every department. Their over 80,000 square foot showroom is full of savings like queen storage bed dresser and mirror sets starting as low as $19 per month. Sofas starting as low as $13 per month. And all Palliser furniture is 25% off. And outdoor furniture too, 25% off. And the mattress gallery has mattresses starting as low as $3.99. See Blockers for full offer details. Blockers Furniture, 2402 Southwest College Road, Ocala. Online at blockersfurniture.com.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Friday. Galen Enall from Life South joins us. Thanks to good folks at Penn Flooring, family-owned and operated, serving Marion County for over 30-plus years. They owe every bit of their success to their unrivaled customer service. Penn Flooring is a full-service flooring company dedicated to finding the best solutions for your flooring needs in both commercial and residential flooring. Go see their amazing showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street here in Ocala, or give them a call at 352-351-3420. Of course, just shipped. They flipped the script on shipping. You can actually make an appointment. They come out to your house. They pick up your item. They box it. They ship it for you, saving you time of having to go stand in line at the UPS store, to USPS, the post office. Just Shipped also now offers a brick-and-mortar drop-off location as well at 811 North Magnolia. All the same stuff applies. You bring in your item, you give it to us. We'll box it up for you. We'll take care of the packaging. We'll take care of getting it to the right people, UPS, FedEx, DHL, the United States Post Office. All of those are the shippers used for Just Shipped to get your package to where it needs to go. So now you have the best of both worlds. Pick up or drop off. Just Shipped. Go to justshipped.net for more information. Of course, Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. They're located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. They offer skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapy. If you have any questions that you want to ask Palm Garden, give them a call, 352-854-6262. That's 352-854-6262. Galen, get ready. Get your mask ready. Get ready to put screens on your windows and your air conditioning. Get ready to lock down. It has been confirmed that there's a case of monkeypox in Florida.
Yep, I'm sure there is.
Orange County. It's confirmed now. We're only probably days away from Joe Biden locking down the world again.
Oh, man. Can you imagine? I think that chip is passed.
There is no way. There is no way that would ever happen.
No, not for monkeypox. Not when they know how it's spread.
Right now they say it's from a recent rave where people were having unprotected sex at 2 raves in Europe. Is where they think it came from. It's what the World Health Organization is now saying is it was likely spread after sexual activity at 2 recent raves in Europe.
Yeah, no kidding. We knew that. We knew that when they cut to tie all of them to one spa, or what do they call it? Whatever.
Whatever. Bathhouse, whatever it is.
European, whatever they do there. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I have no idea, but yeah. First, it was all. I watched the morning news this morning. It was like leading every break in the news. Monkeypox confirmed in Florida. Monkeypox confirmed in Florida. I'm like, so was chickenpox and smallpox. Thanks, I appreciate that.
Well, again, our media, their job is just to do nothing more than to get clicks, and some editors like, oh, this is our lead.
Here we go.
And again, and I'm sure they'll have some health expert that is going to come on and say, yeah, this is a real threat. Avoid bathhouses.
Well,
okay, I'm pretty sure I can do that.
The World Health Organization will convene emergency committee meeting of experts June 23rd because the virus has shown unusual recent behavior by spreading in countries well beyond Africa, where it's an endemic.
Well, again, this is, every one of those epidemiologists are like, look, you know how much funding I'm going to get out of this?
Of course.
You know the grants that are going to come my way? And they're behind it all, right? They want to fuel the flames, just like Fauci and
they get
and all the pharmaceutical companies. They got billions of money from COVID. And they're like, look, if we can make a couple of million off of monkeypox, just go crazy.
You think that the folks that Moderna and all that came up with that vaccine that the U.S. government then paid for to give everybody for free, they don't like that there's another thing coming down the line? Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. So, and you're entirely correct that the epidemiologists, they see grant money. That's what they see. They see further my research, further money. And
exactly right.
Did you? I'm sorry. I laughed a little when I saw this on Wednesday. And now Anthony Fauci has COVID.
Yeah, I think it's the second time he's had COVID.
It is the second time.
He's quadruple boosted, and I hope he's fine. I don't wish any ill will.
I don't wish any. No.
I wish he would just retire.
But
take all his millions of money after.
He's been as boosted as much as you can be boosted, and he still got COVID.
Yeah, and he's still out there saying wear a mask, and I'm pretty sure he's wearing a mask everywhere.
Yeah. So, and now they're giving now they're looking to they say, oh, give your 6-month-old the shot, it's fine.
Unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable.
And the news media is making such a big deal out of the state of Florida didn't order any vaccines for children. You can still, private pharmacies and all can still order from the federal government without the state ordering it. That's what people don't realize. But it's such a big deal that Florida didn't order COVID shots for children.
Yeah,
No, it's not. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
I would, yeah. I'm past a lot of these things.
You know what is a big deal, though? The U.S. Open. And yesterday, there were some predictions made yesterday at the U.S. Open, and you picked Louis Oosthuizen. Let's talk about that. Ocala's own Louis Oosthuizen.
He did not have a good day.
But he's not out of the U.S. Open by any means.
Yes, he is. He's not going to win. He's 11 straight off the lead.
Yeah, but that's one Phil Mickelson into the scoreboard or one John Van de Velde in the ditch away from being right back in this thing.
Nah, he's done. He's done.
One Jordan Spieth at number 12 at the Masters. He's right back in this.
Yeah, Jordan Spieth didn't play poorly. I just think he's done.
Your guy has no shot at winning, by the way. None.
Which guy?
Louis Oosthuizen. None.
None. No, he's mathematically eliminated.
And the thing was, he's so accurate, and yesterday he sprayed the ball everywhere.
He snap hooked one, and then he hit a Galen slice to the. I was like, wow. All right, Louis, get a hold of yourself. And then it's even an approach shot when he did hit the green, he was way off. He just was. It's not a good day.
No, but a guy who had a good day, but there were a couple shots that were a little wayward. Even though Rory McIlroy was your leader in the clubhouse for a very long time, although he's not now, Tyler hadn't got it. There were a couple shots that that little fit he pitched in the bunker where he was chopping away at the dirt and everything. There's a lot. It looks like there's a lot of pressure on Rory's shoulders. That he's put a lot of pressure on himself to do well in this tournament this week.
He played well. He scrambled well, but he went off early, and the course was a lot tamer. Now he's going to be playing. He tees off at 1-something.
Right.
He's going to struggle today. Today will be a true test of golf, and that's why you look at the guy who was, the guys who went off really late yesterday and posted some pretty miraculous numbers. Those are the guys you look at. You look at the Victor Hovland, right? He was at even, and I thought he played really well considering the conditions. And, of course, let's not give up on Dustin Johnson.
Played well yesterday. 2 under. And don't forget that the reigning champion is lurking right there. John Rahm is not that far away.
No, and he's not. And Brooksy will be close. Brooksy tees off very early this morning, so it'll be a tamer golf course. I got to watch him a little bit yesterday with Scotty Scheffler and Cameron Smith. What a grouping that is. I think you could easily say the winner of this tournament comes out of that group.
The number one player in the world is there. Don't sleep on Scotty Scheffler. If he's around, he usually does very, very well. I saw a stat though. Do you know who's got the most top 10s in majors since 2010? Yeah.
It's probably some guy I'm underestimating. I don't know.
Webb Simpson.
There you go. He's never really in contention,
right. But he's always
there.
He makes the cut. He's always in the top 10 or top 20. And yesterday he played a fantastic round of golf. He's like the modern day. He's like the modern day Davis Love, just without the wins.
Sure. Well, Davis Love won. I think this rough is growing like an inch every time I look at it.
It's the fescue and the rough. It's just like Brookline was. They keep talking about it's Brookline that Francis Ouimet won at.
Sure. Yeah. It's just a hay pasture. But did you see the stuff? I don't even know what it is. It's growing around the bunkers.
Oh, yeah.
But if you don't land in the bunker, you're dead.
Dead.
You might as well just quit golf, take a mulligan, and what are you going to charge me for just picking up my ball and leaving?
What about the par 3? It was number 8, I think. I forget what the par 3
one?
Yeah, no, this one was the one that was like 175, that nobody could hold the green. It rolled through the green, and very few people.
Oh, yeah, and when yeah.
And then it rolls off the back it rolls off the fringe into that first cut, and the ball disappears.
Yeah.
They literally had marshals looking for balls that were 6 feet off the green.
I love it. That's what I want, though. I want ultimate pain. I want people to. I want the golfers to come off the course and go, I don't know if I can do this. I want them to look human.
I
want them to feel like I do playing Muni.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. My favorite part of it is the years where they come off and go, this is unfair. The USGA has made this where it's unplayable. It's unfair.
Yes.
Every time I go every time I step on the first tee box at any golf course I play, the course condition is unplayable for my game.
Well, I like, and you and I have both played with Dan, so we're familiar with this. When you're on a piece of the golf course that you didn't know existed, looking for a golf ball, that's how we feel every round that happens.
Every round.
Right? But these guys are like, what, is this really part of the golf course, or am I in somebody's head?
At least once around, with a regular group of golfers, you go, never seen anybody on this part of the course before.
How do you ever, in the best part of when you're playing golf is when you look back at the tee box, and you're like, how in the world, physically, pure physics, did my ball land here?
I have a friend of mine that we play golf, and he is, we call him the world's worst avid golfer. And he if you've never played around the golf with this young man, it is the funnest time you'll ever have in your life. He keeps up. He's not good, but he keeps up, and he makes it so enjoyable. And one of the things he says, he'll hit a ball, and he looks at you, and he goes, yeah, I just defy the law of physics. And then he moves on. I've seen him hit balls backwards off the tee. I've seen him hit himself in the inside of his thigh with a golf ball that was right next to him. I've seen him hit his shin with a golf ball where the ball's right next to him.
Does he bother with lessons?
Oh, no. He doesn't want anybody his exact words when I say, oh, dude, how about lessons? I don't want anybody to mess with my swing.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what he says. Yeah. But, it is literally the most fun you'll have in a 4-hour period of time playing golf you'll ever experience. And he literally will look at you and go, I defy the law of physics. That's why you enjoy playing with me. I'm a scientific definition of defying the laws. And he does. But hey, by the way, every round, even though he's the world's worst avid golfer, every round he'll throw in 2 or 3 pars, and every 3 or 4 rounds he'll sneak a birdie in. He'll make a shot where you're like, I have no idea how your game made that shot, but that's one of the best shots I've ever seen in my life. That's why the game is so great. But that's what happens at the U.S. Open to all these pros, and that's why I love it.
Yeah, because they look human. When you got a guy who can – I saw a drive by John Rahm yesterday. He carried it 308, and then he got like a 40-yard roll. I would just pick up my ball at that point and go, look, guys, I'm good. Are we good here? I mean, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do, exactly. Exactly.
Let's just go home.
I'm going to the 19th hole. I'll have a pitcher ready for you when you come inside with shots.
But and again, that's what makes the U.S. Open so much fun, and that's why when we talk about how much the course matters, because the course matters. When they had it in their 12 under at the U.S. Open, you're like, well, why would I even bother watching it? They could be playing that in Charleston, South Carolina.
A lot of people at Brookline, there were more under par than I suspected would be. But
first day.
But after seeing the shape of the course and everything, that's a mirage. That's a mirage. Because today and tomorrow and Sunday, you're going to see people in black numbers, not in red numbers. It's
Well, you
they're
gotta
going
remember,
to back up.
They don't want to lose the green on Thursday, right? But it's just the course is just drying out. They're not watering it.
And they
They're
don't,
only
they don't,
watering the
they don't
fescue.
care if they lose the green on Monday the following week.
Yeah, by Sunday you'll see brown spots, and you're like, if you hit it there, you're hitting asphalt. That ball's not going to hold.
Well, there were some spots yesterday that were above the hole that they barely touched them. They barely breathed on them, and they rolled by 8 feet.
I love it. I love it. I want these guys to be challenged. And by the way, that's why the U.S. Open is always in the argument for the greatest major title.
Oh, yeah.
Augusta has tradition. The British Open is the Open.
But
right?
the U.S.
there's
Open
history
has
there.
the course.
The U.S. Open is the toughest four rounds of golf you will have in your life.
And the USGA doesn't shy away from that. They tell you that's exactly our intention.
That's correct, and that's what they're supposed to do. I absolutely love it. I love the carnage. I want somebody on Sunday to question their life decisions, even though they're making $6.5 million a year playing golf. I want them afterwards to sit in their apartment or their condo or wherever the heck they're staying and going, why did I decide to be a professional golfer? That's what I want.
Because of who I am and where I grew up and everything, Augusta will always be the place.
I get it.
But if you said after Augusta you could only have one golf tournament that you had to watch every day for the rest of your life, which one would you do? It would be the U.S. Open. It wouldn't even be something I'd think of. And I love the Players Championship. It's in my hometown. It's a great tournament. It's a test of golf. It's the best field in the world because it's the only professional golfers. But it ain't no U.S. Open.
It's not.
It ain't no U.S.
It's
Open.
better than the PGA. We could argue that all day long, but it's
it ain't the U.S. Open.
It's not.
And the only reason I give the Masters the nod is because of my love of Augusta National and the tradition and everything. Most people, if they were honest with you and let tradition out of the game, which is hard to do, the U.S. for pure golf stance, the U.S. Open is the best tournament that there is. For just the purity of golf, just to see the best golf or the worst golf by the best players, the U.S. Open is unequaled.
Well, the exclusivity of Augusta really matters. The
Huge.
fact that if you get to go, I don't care who you are, it's a sheer privilege to be able to walk those grounds. I've never had that, right? But I could go to Brookline and play.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You can go to Bethpage Black
over
and
my
play.
$600. Yeah. That's a municipal golf course. I can go to Pebble Beach and play.
If you know the right people, you can go to the
Oakmont.
Atlanta. If you know the right people, you can go to the Atlanta Athletic Club and play.
I've played that. I've played that course, and so you can do that. You can't do that at Augusta. Augusta's not having a.
You can play St. Andrews if you want to. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You can play
It's not like
Royal
Augusta-
Port Rush. You can play.
Sure. It's not like oh hey, this local football team's having a scramble at Augusta.
Yeah, it's the only course. It's the only course in the world that only certain people can play, and there's not a chance anybody else can play it.
No, even if you're a member and you invite a player, you have to get approval.
Right. And this is a place that have turned presidents down, said, no thanks. No thanks.
Yes. So, I love it. I've played congressional. I've played some of these U.S. Open courses. But that's what makes the Masters different.
And you hit it on the head.
Right.
You hit it on the head. No matter how many times you've been. Jack Nicklaus talks about how the goosebumps still he's not playing anymore. He's just hitting a ceremonial shot. And he still, when he drives up, when he comes to the gate and they say, Mr. Nicklaus, how are you? And he drives up Magnolia, the goosebumps he still gets driving up Magnolia. And how many times he drove up Magnolia, you know what I mean? And he still gets them. Look, I've been with practice rounds and actual golf rounds included. I've been there 22 times in my lifetime. And every time I walk in the place, it feels like it's the first time because you know how special it is to be there that day.
But you don't get that at
You don't get that anywhere else.
No. You could, like Pebble Beach, maybe.
Yeah, but you can play Pebble Beach. You can go to Pebble Beach.
Sure.
You know, I got very lucky that I befriended a guy whose mom was a bigwig at the Augusta National. So I got very lucky. And still, there's no guarantee that I'll ever get to go back. Ever.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like you never know. The last time I went was 2012. Is that the last time I'll ever go? I don't know. But if it is, at least I got to go.
Sure. I'm with you.
So, but the U.S. Open for pure golf sense is unequaled. And the fact that this is Brookline and, you know, the USGA is doing the right thing by just playing up the 1913 U.S. Open and Francis Ouimet.
I love it.
We know the story, the greatest game ever played. No, we know the story and everything. But the fact that it's just right there, and they returned Brookline back to the way it was in 1913.
I love it. Well, sans the 12-inch grass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you miss your tee shot, you could lose your ball. I love that.
Oh, you could lose your ball. Even if your tee shot hits the fairway and bounds through the fairway and gets in the first cut of rough, you could lose your ball.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
That's fantastic to me. And it's also fantastic that the guy I predicted would win it is in second place in the final grouping, going, you know, not in final grouping because they're still in the groups for Thursday and Friday. But if he plays well today, could be in the final grouping tomorrow. And it makes my heart feel good that your guy has no shot at all to win. None.
Yeah, none. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go ahead and pick somebody else. I'm going to go with a Victor Hovland. How about that?
That's a pretty good pick. It's a pretty good pick.
I have nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll be some international player. I just have a feeling it'll be an international player this week.
But, you know, the LIV is pulling for Dustin Johnson.
No doubt about that. And the PGA Tour is making calls about Rory right now. Because he's going to have to play in the afternoon for 3 straight days.
Yes.
And the winner probably will, at least for 2 of them. But the conditions are just getting brutal in the afternoon.
He's
brutal. The wind's picking up.
The PGA is also, I promise you, the PGA has like 25 or 30 people monitoring this tournament, and anything they see that may be a rules infraction, they're on the hotline to the USGA for Dustin Johnson.
It's the worst rule in the world.
For Dustin
the
Johnson.
person on the viewer can call in and go, "Oh, he moved that ball oscillated." You know,
how about Lefty yesterday? We didn't even talk about Lefty. Lefty had a day that he deserves. He had a day he deserves.
Solid 8. Solid 8 under.
Never 8 over. Didn't make his first birdie till the 16th hole he played.
Was he even on TV? It's almost
yeah,
like,
with the birdie. He made that birdie, and they put that on TV.
I wonder how much coverage Dustin Johnson will get. Like if he's 10th or 11th.
By the way, Peacock,
just avoid him.
Peacock, NBC, USA Network, and Golf Channel.
Yeah.
That's where you can watch it from 7 in the morning till 11:30 at night. You can literally watch coverage 17 hours if you want to.
I'll be watching online because I like the featured groups today of Justin Thomas and Brooks Koepka and Cameron Smith and Scotty Scheffler are all on one channel. We'll all be locked in up.
Galen, we got 10 seconds till the top of the hour. Where's your Bloodmobile?
Hey, all weekend we're going to be all over the place, but for today we're down in the villages, but always we're right on the boulevard. Please check us out at lifesouth.org. Give the gift of life. Donate blood.
Talk to you next week. Excuse me.
All right, bye all.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
A third American is missing in Ukraine. U.S. Marine veteran Grady Kirpesy was living in Wilmington, North Carolina before leaving for Ukraine in March, according to his wife and friends. The stock market fell sharply a day after the Fed's 0.75% rate increase. The Nasdaq fell 4.1%, its worst close since September of 2020. The Dow Jones Industrial Average went below 30,000 for the first time since January of 2021. Hedge fund manager Stanley Druckenmiller at the 2022 Son Investment Conference.
And I'm pretty strongly assume we're going to have a recession sometime in 23. I just don't know whether it's going to be in the early part or the later part. And again, it's a guess. It's not a fact.
Basketball's Golden State Warriors win their 4th championship in 8 years overnight, beating the Boston Celtics 103-90 in Game 6. USA Radio News.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. Peanut exports during the last 9 months have fallen down somewhat. According to the Foreign Agricultural Service and the American Peanut Council, August through April of last year to this year, peanut exports are down a big 45%. That's not good news for farmers trying to get a contract in the field. The good news is peanut butter exports are booming. They're up 13.6%. Top buyers on peanut butter for this 9-month period is Canada, number 1, Mexico, number 2, Japan, number 3, United Arab Emirates, number 4, and the South Korea, number 5. But peanut butter is doing well, up 13.6%. The big problem is in the raw shell peanuts, not being able to get into some ports, but they are doing well in Canada and Mexico. They're down 56% compared to last year, with the top buyers Canada, Mexico, the Netherlands, and the United Kingdom. Japan is number 5, so overall, they're just not buying that many peanuts at this time. Another disappointment is in-shell peanuts. China continues to buy, however. They've been buying a lot of in-shell peanuts, but they are down for the year. They're down to about 58,000. Last year they bought 153,000 metric tons. Number 2 is Mexico, followed by Canada and Germany. Exports down 45% for peanut farmers.
They say farming isn't a career, it's a way of life. While the work is rewarding, the daily stresses can be both physically and emotionally demanding. Sadly, 50% of farmers say it's difficult to access therapy or counseling in their community. Our 24-hour helpline changes that. Call 211 or text FARM-FL to 898-211. You don't have to deal with stress or anxiety alone. Learn more at 211.org.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
Unbeatable prices and events are popping up everywhere at Rural King. Like an antique steel fire pit for just $49.98. Or your choice of 27-foot tie-down ratchet straps, just $7.99 a piece. And don't miss taking a spin on the baddest mowers at our Lawn Mower Rodeo, Saturday, June 18th from 10 till 2. Must be 16 or older to ride. Shop now at RuralKing.com or your neighborhood Rural King, America's farm and home store.
When it really counts, depend on The Source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Mostly sunny and seasonably hot today with a high of 90 to 93. Then clear skies tonight, low 72 to 75. Saturday will be a humid day with a blend of sun and clouds. Watch for an afternoon thunderstorm. High tomorrow 92 to 96. Then increasing cloudiness Sunday with a couple of thunderstorms in the afternoon and a high of 88 to 90. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
Do you suffer from joint pain or anxiety? Natural Life CBD, Kratom, and Kava can help. Our CBD certified associates will consult with you. Chocolate, gummies, CBD oil. We have Delta 8 products with quality you can trust, all held to the highest standard. Natural Life has 2 locations to serve you, open 7 days a week, located in the S-Curve and in the Heathbrook Shopping Plaza. Give them a call at 352-355-3040. And if you stop in and tell them you heard it on WOCA, you'll receive 10% off your entire purchase. This hour of Ocala Talks is brought to you in part by Blockers Furniture. Go see all their specials at blockersfurniture.com.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Friday. You know, you just heard the spot for Natural Life CBD, Kratom, and Kava. We have Nick on the line from Natural Life CBD, Kratom, and Kava. Nick, the commercial says 10% off for our radio listeners, but I'm to understand starting this weekend, that's going to 20%. And for radio listeners, say they heard it on there, you're giving them a 20% discount.
That's right. We're doing 20% off for anyone who comes in and lets us know that they heard this commercial on your radio station.
Let's talk for a minute, Nick, about CBD. I'm a CBD user. I swear by the roll-ons and the edibles for my arthritis and my chronic shoulder pain and back pain and knee pain. It is something that has been life-changing for me. It got me away from pain pills. It got me away from eating entire bottles of ibuprofen every 2 or 3 weeks. Just talk for a minute about, because I can go on and on for it, you know, but talk for a minute about what other things, besides chronic pain, what are some of the other big advantages you can get from CBD?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that is a story that is all too familiar for us. We have people who come in all the time who are struggling, taking loads of medications with all kinds of different side effects, that are able to use CBD for all types of different benefits. And like you said, not just chronic pain relief. If people are struggling with anxiety, stress, arthritic issues, inflammation, sleep issues, energy issues, I mean, we've got stuff for all sides of the spectrum. We can help people who have any type of ailment, for the most part, to really be able to have a more natural life.
Now, Natural Life CBD is not just CBD. There's Kratom and Kava as well. For people who may not know, explain to folks what Kratom and Kava are.
Yeah, sure. So Kratom is a natural pain reliever. It is used as an energy booster as well as a sedative. So there are different types of it that you can choose that our wellness coaches are well trained on and versed to help people figure out exactly what will work best for them. But essentially is a powder that you can take in either powder form or capsulized form that will provide high levels of pain relief. We see people switch off of things like Oxycontins, Percocets all the time and are able to wean off of those things by using the Kratom powder. Kava is very similar to that. It is a natural muscle relaxant, so a lot of people do get those two concepts confused, but it is slightly different. Kava is known to produce a sensation much more similar to alcohol. It relaxes the body. But my favorite thing about Kava is that it doesn't cause that mental inebriation that happens when you consume alcohol. So it's very relaxing, very calming, but you're still fully mentally intact. So that's my favorite part about the Kava plant.
It doesn't slow your cognitive abilities. It just relaxes your muscles and relaxes your body.
That's right.
Let's talk for a minute, people, you know, that may not know where you're located. You're located in the Heathbrook Plaza Shopping Center, out 200, out just past Bojangles and all out there where the Publix is. But you're also located on 10th Street, right across from the Wawa at the corner of Pine and 10th.
We sure are. So we opened our Southwest 10th Street store not too long ago, and it's doing really well. We have all our trained staff in there, full of products, ready for you guys to come in and really begin that natural alternative journey.
Let's go back to CBD now, though, because a lot of people know they've heard about CBD. You know, you've seen commercials. People are starting to come around to understand what CBD is. But when they in our area, where like I have 5 fur babies, 3 of them are over the age of 10 years old. One of them is a Rottweiler boxer mix that has hip dysplasia problems. Another one is a Basset Hound. He's only 4, but he's going to have hip issues. Is CBD good for my animals, or does it harm my animals?
Yeah, so that is an awesome question. CBD is actually great for animals as well. A lot of the same benefits that humans can see from CBD, pets can also see those same benefits. So they have the same endocannabinoid system, which CBD interacts with, and can provide them things like anxiety relief, pain relief, inflammation relief. We see it all the time with dogs with bad hips, bad joints. We also see, especially around 4th of July time, if your pet gets scared with the fireworks or has any issues with that kind of stuff, CBD could be one of the best things that you could have around for your pet during that time.
Now, Nick, we know CBD comes from the hemp plant. So, it's marijuana then, so it gets us high. So why should I take CBD? Because I'm going to get high, Nick.
Yeah, so actually the cool thing about CBD is that it does not provide that mental stimulation that marijuana provides. It does come from the same hemp plant, but it is low in delta-9 THC, which is the active ingredient that causes people to get high. So if somebody wants some of those benefits that you can get from marijuana, like pain relief or sleep aid, those kinds of things, but doesn't want that, that anxiety that comes around when they get high, they can use CBD products in place of that.
We hear a lot about Delta-9 is what you get from a dispensary. Delta-8 you can get from a CBD store. What is Delta-8? You hear about, Delta-9 gets you high. What is Delta-8?
Right.
People are confused with what Delta-8 is.
Sure. So similar to Delta-9, Delta-8 is another chemical that is found in the hemp plant as well as in the marijuana plant that does provide mental stimulation as far as that goes. So if people are looking to get a little bit of that euphoric sensation, they can use Delta-8. Now, the cool thing about Delta-8 is that it's significantly more subtle than Delta-9 THC. So a lot of people will go to a dispensary and they'll try something and it'll be way too strong for them. And the Delta-8 is a really great middle ground, as well as people who are looking for that euphoric sensation throughout the day, who want to still be able to be functionable. It is really great for relaxing, pain relief, and nice euphoric sensations without leaving you in a position where you're unable to, go about your daily business.
I use the roll-on, CBD roll-on for my shoulders. My wife actually put it on this morning. I got up, my shoulders were a little sore. She goes, here I come with the roll-on. She put the roll-on on me. But so roll-on and creams, is that the only way I can get CBD? Because, a lot of people, I don't want the greasiness. I don't want this. I don't want it. Is there another way to introduce CBD to, besides when, people go to the eyedropper under the tongue and somebody goes, well, I don't like the taste of that. Are there other alternatives besides creams or the eyedropper with the oil?
Yeah, there really is a way for everybody. We've got creams, we've got oils you can put beneath your tongue, we've got capsules, we've got gummies, chocolates, we've got drinks. Any way that you can get something into your body, we've got it in CBD form.
And my understanding is CBD actually is something that your body produces anyway, so you're actually boosting it, is what's happening. Am I correct in that?
That's right. So you heard me mention that endocannabinoid system earlier. That's a system that all mammals are born with. So humans, dogs, we all have this system, and we all have small amounts of cannabinoids in our system naturally. So when you take CBD, what you do is you help balance out this endocannabinoid system, which really helps regulate your body's overall wellness. And so taking CBD can be beneficial to people for all different types of things. One person might see anxiety relief, or another person might see, pain relief, but it really is able to provide aid for so many different things because of that interaction with the endocannabinoid system.
I went from a 250 capsule bottle of ibuprofen every 2 or 3 weeks to a 250 capsule bottle now lasts me 4 to 5 months because of CBD and CBD oil and what it does for me. So you don't have to convince me, but we do need people to go out and come into the stores. Give people the addresses of the stores again and a phone number or a website, any kind of information they can have to get in touch with you.
Sure. So let me get the phone number pulled up real quick for you. So 1 second.
The stores are real easy to find. Both stores are very easy to find. One's out Southwest 200 in the Heathbrook Shopping Plaza, in the Publix Plaza there, and the other one's right across from the Wawa on 10th, just before you get to the S-curve. Or if you're coming from downtown, it's just after the S-curve.
That's right. So we've got 221 Southwest 10th Street, and we've also got 5400 Southwest College Road in the Publix Plaza. Real easy to find. You'll see our big signs out front. If you want to get in touch with us, you can give us a call at 352-355-3040, and our trained wellness coaches will be happy to help you guys with any questions that you have to get you started here.
Is there a website if people want to go check that out?
That's right. You can go to www.shopnaturallife.com, and you can get all types of products there as well as we do have a chat bot that we can help you if you have any questions and want to go that route as well.
Nick from Natural Life CBD, Kratom, and Kava with 2 locations to better serve you. And by the way, if you go in and tell him you heard the commercial from WOCA, you get 20% off your bill. What's not better than that? Nick, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having us. It was a pleasure.
We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. It says WOCA, the source. An Italian bakery in Ocala? Well, there is. It's the Magnolia Italian Bakery, where you can get the best Italian specialties. We have Italian and New York cheesecakes, fresh-made cannolis, cream puffs, eclairs, and even custom and gourmet cakes. We even serve hot and cold lunch daily. I suggest you try the Italian special number 3. We even cater big and small events. So call ahead, 352-207-2667. Visit the Magnolia Italian Bakery. Manja. God bless.
You don't get to be the league's all-time leading rusher without feeling some pain.
Pro football legend Emmitt Smith knows joint pain, and he also knows the old treatments aren't the only treatments. Today, there's a natural alternative to drugs and surgery. It's biologic therapies from QC Kinetics.
I'm talking regenerative solutions that encourage your body to heal and repair itself.
Do you have pain in your hips, knees, shoulder, lower back? Want to get your life back? The local medical professionals at QC Kinetics can help.
Call to learn more about this exciting natural way to deal with chronic joint pain.
Don't put it off. Call QC Kinetics. Restorative, regenerative solutions with no downtime and lasting results.
Don't let your joint pain keep you from doing the things you love. There's a new natural solution that patients are raving about.
QC Kinetics.
Make the call to QC Kinetics. Tell them Emmitt Smith sent you.
Call QC Kinetics, 352-400-4550. That's 352-400-4550. QC Kinetics, 400-4550.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Here's the latest from the College of Central Florida. On Tuesday, June 21st at 8:35 a.m., Marie Davidson and Tavis Douglas will talk about all the exciting things happening with agribusiness and equine studies at the CF Vintage Farm. That's Tuesday the 21st at 8:35 a.m. on Higher Education Happenings. Vintage Farm is located just a few miles from the center of Ocala and Interstate 75, but a universe away from distractions. So be sure to listen and learn. It's information you can use from CF and your friends at WOCA, the source.
Stand by, Ocala, for big news on the biggest garden sale of the year coming right at you from Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery in Ocala. This week, for a limited time, Bob Wines is having an unbelievable 50% off sale on practically everything. I'm talking about camellias and azaleas and roses, gardenias and shrubs and herbs, citrus and other fruit, perennials and palms. Also, 50% off on crepe myrtles and flowering vines, hanging baskets, flowering shrubs, indoor foliage, statuary, clay pottery, and much more. All 50% off. Now choose what you want and pay half price. It's better than BOGO. Practically everything's included in this half price sale, but check the ad at bobwinescamelliagardens.net for more. Don't miss it. The fabulous pre-summer 50% off sale at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street in Ocala, daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3, keeping you in bloom for 70 years.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Join Gary and Don Crawford of Pinnacle Retirement Advisors for Retirement with Pinnacle, Saturday mornings at 9 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retirement with Pinnacle with Gary and Don Crawford, Saturday mornings at 9. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today, 352